Hello, Stamper. Welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com in the US. Today I'm going to share a simple card, a window card, but also cut on the diagonals. So see the window, but I'm going to share maybe this one's going to be a little bit more advanced, not really advanced, more time consuming, but then I'm going to share a simple way too if you don't want to do the true full window. Okay, I am using Winter Meadow for the designer series paper. This year you can do with any designer series paper, but for money saver, I would recommend a 12 by 12 paper, because on a sheet of 12 by 12 you can get 9 cards. If you use the 6 by 6, then you would have some bits and pieces. And then I got other design that I prefer, the 6 by 6. So you can make it. You need a piece of 4 by 4. If you don't have designer series paper, you can always use a piece of cardstock and then cut it. So so you would cut it in slat of 4-inch and then again in 4. Right now, I'm going to use this print. It's the same one, but I got a tip on one. Oh, see, Pee-wee decided to go. You want to be part of the video. So see, this one, I reversed the print. Well, it's a trick to that. This video going to be very loaded of tips, okay? I'm going to close the window so maybe we won't hear Pee-wee. Okay, so I had cut it in strip of 4. I already used a piece here. And then, like I said, we're going to cut that. You would get 9 pieces of 4 by 4 with a 12 by 12. Now, if you want to reverse the print, I bet you say, okay, I'm just going to cut it and flip it. It don't work that way, and I'm going to show you why. So you're going to take one print on one side, one print on the other side. You can cut it at any place diagonal. The one that I like to have, the tip at the top there and the tip there. I put it at 1 inch and I go diagonal facing or going down on the left side. So 1 and then 2 3/4. You can cut it at any place, but the style that you're going to see today, it's all cut at 1 and 2 3/4, going down to the left. Okay, now we're going to cut this and we're going to keep them together because I want to show you those tips here. So now if you want to do like this one, it's the same print. This one, it's the same print. I think this one get reversed at one place. I mean, switch with another one. And here it's the same one. Now, this one here, I flip it. So let me move this aside. So what I'm saying that you say, oh, I'm just going to flip this. Well, you see, this don't match. Now, if I try to line them up, see, I get a funky design here. Now, if I flip it this way, now it goes. So the reason why I did this, what you can do, it's when you cut 2 at the same time, you can flip this and flip this. Now you get the reverse image, one at the top and the bottom and so on. So that's how I done the reverse image, okay? So that would make it a lot easier if you cut 2 at the same time. And designer series paper, it's very friendly to cut 2 at the same time. Now, I'm going to do the full, I'm going to call it the Cadillac here, even with the frosted window. But you can stop at any place and skip some step, okay? So let's get started with, so this was 4 by 4. So we're going to do this one here. I'm going to remove this. So this one is pretty peacock, and I will have the other design that I did. This is and not mossy, but misty moonlight. I will have all the supplies that I use and the color right on my blog. Right below you get the direct link. Now, the card base measure 4¼ by 11, score at 5½. This is going to be our card base. When it's on the long way, I strongly recommend that you score for the fiber. It won't pucker, okay? For some reason that was not all the way straight. Here we go. And this one, the layer here, it is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, just a little border. Now, the trick to this is that we're going to do the full window. If you don't do the full window, you can put glue all over. But because I'm doing the full the full window, I just going to put glue at the bottom and to the right. So the bottom and the right. Put that at the bottom here. And you just leave a tiny border all around. Now for the top, you're going to put the top and the right, okay? So the top and the right. And you're going to understand why I'm not putting glue all over. It's what I call penny saver or pinch the dime, whatever it's called. It's to save a little bit of your money here. Now, we're going to take this one, and again, you're going to do the top, right, and bottom. Nothing on the left. So the top, the right, the bottom. Flip. Here we go. Top become the bottom, so on. As long as you don't have no glue here, and you will understand that in a second. Now, all punch that we're using all circle punch that is available, really. 2 3/8, 1 3/4, and 2. Now, this one here, I did use the 2 1/4, and I'm like, wait a minute, we don't have that punch anymore. So I got the bigger frame, and to be honest, I like the bigger frame better, I think. So if you get the 2 1/4, you can use it. So we're going to start by the background. It is the 2-inch, okay? The color background there. Remove that. So now you're gonna, one step that I think it's important, it's to put your greeting, because you want to make sure your greeting don't pass. So if you're not sure, let's say you're not using, this is a snowflake sparkle or sparkle snowflake, you want to make sure it's not over. So what I would do, it's cut one of the 2-inch punch. Oh, well, the bigger one. So that would be 2 3/8. We can cut that right now so I can show you. Because you don't want that to pass. Because if not, you're going to cut your greeting. So the center, it's 1 3/4. So you can cut this here. You want to leave place for your frame, okay? This is going to be our snowflake. Now we're going to remove that. That was the 1 3/4. And our background, it's 2-inch. Well, my frame cannot be smaller than 2-inch for the opening. So I'm cutting this. This here we will not use, okay? You cannot use that for your frame. You will understand why in a minute. You can save that for another project because I'm doing a lot of these cards. Now we're gonna go at the 2 3/8 and get our frame. This frame we're gonna be using. Okay, boom. We're gonna be using this frame. So now we know this is our frame. When you're going to put that here, about here, you want to make sure that your greeting don't pass your frame. If it passes your frame, it's going to get covered or even cut out. So this is, say, winter greeting. So I'm going to put that right at the edge here, diagonal. You can put it another place. It's just I like it. It's tone on tone. I just like how it blends very lovely. Now we're going to remove this. And you know what? Before I get the fiasco there with my ink, let's do with our circle we punched there. Let's stamp our snowflake. Et voila. Now for the inside, I'm using the smaller snowflake. I need a spready paper. And I'm just, we're going to have the circle inside, but I still going to add in the bottom here. So I'm going to ink it once, stamp there, and then I flip it. Here we go. Just say I had something in the bottom. That's pretty much my signature. Just grab a little thing from the front and bring it inside. A lot ask me, how do you do inside? I mean, sometimes I go overboard on the inside, then I would share, but 90% of the time it's migrating inside and whatever flew with the front. Okay, now we got this. I get the ink removed. I don't have to worry about that. Oh, not this one. So it's the 2 inch. It's the one that we're going to use for the layer of this here. So it's the medium size. The smaller size, it's the top. The bigger size, it's the window. And then the small size, it's the snowflake. So I'm going to go and pass my designer series paper. Try to pass it a little bit here. Pass it, I mean, make sure you don't see the grading there. So that should be about right. Now I'm going to punch this. And this, you're going to have to use quite a bit of your muscle, okay? Just because we got the designer series paper layer, we got the cardstock and the white. I think it's very important that you use the regular white cardstock, not the thick one for this one. I like my base in the thick white cardstock, but for this card, when we want to cut all this, you can cut it in separate. It's just, it's more time consuming. I recommend strongly to use the the regular white cardstock. Now this one, it's one size too big. If you didn't use the other one like you did, you can always slide this here and trim it down, okay? So that you could do that. If this don't work the way I'm trying to do that, it's what we call an extra hand here. If you use a piece of post-it note, that's funny, I don't have no post-it note here. You can, here we go, I'm gonna grab some. You can use a post-it note. You can cut your post-it note in strip, right? Put that in the back, and then that's going to place, see, you can come and cut this. And this one, well, this one, it's not a good size because I chew the top. So that it's one thing you can do if you don't do like for the frame that I did. I prefer to do this frame. Oops. I prefer to do the frame and use that. Then if that's the case, I'm going to save my circle and use it for another card. With this little frame, I can use that for something else. You can do patterns, whatever you need it for. Okay, now we got this. We're going to go ahead. And so you see now, you understand why I didn't put glue at the bottom here, why I didn't put glue on the side. So this, I can use this piece here. Now what you're going to do is put your snowflake that we did on top of this. Now this is going to go right in here. I start putting it and then I lift my card. Voila. Now if it gets, let me grab another thing here. If it gets, sometimes, you know, your punch leave little thing, take a nail file. And I keep a nail file in my room just for my card thing. And see, you can remove those little fuzz there. Now, if this, you see it won't lift, you can always take your glue and put some, okay? Absolutely. Now you can put your glue. So now this would be one way. You can leave it just like that without doing the circle, okay? That would be one way. I'm using the glitter sequence here, and I'm putting a little sequence in the center here. So you could leave it this way. Now, if you want to add your vellum, your window, you're going to slide it under here. Okay, let me move this up. And this 2.5, 2.5, it's a good size. Well, this is pointy. I'm going to put it in. Here we go. So you want to make sure that you get every layer. Now I was like, why it adds slide? So make sure that it don't slide. Lift this here. Don't put the glue on the white because it can be on the edge. Put the glue on the other piece here. So you can take tumble glue or seal like I'm doing. See, just a little piece. Now I'm going to take this back here. It's just keep it secure in one place because earlier mine moved, okay? Et voila. Now, if that would be the case, if I put my window there, I would use my sequin on top of my window. Then you can add some here and there like I did. Your choice again. Now we can leave it that way or add our window. So the window, I like to use tumble glue and just go around. I like to open my card to put my window in. I feel that it's a lot easier to see where you're going. After it's in, I get a bit of glue on my hand and press it down. Et voila! That is it. So now you know how to do every step of those cards. So this is the works, we're going to say. This is would be the basic, okay? Because I didn't punch all those layers because I understand some we get arthritis or our ants and so on. That would be harder. You can always pass it in the die cut machine with a die cut. Just make sure your card is open because cut this way it would go. Okay, that's the deluxe. Now this one here, it's with the window but without the vellum, okay? And then I should add one without the circle around, but you get the jig of it. So that is it, my friend. I hope this inspires you to use that designer series paper that you're collecting and letting the dust settle on it. Just wipe the dust and use that. So for this design, 12 by 12, it's more friendly because you can get 9 cards because 9 pieces of 4 by 4 out of a sheet of 12 by 12. You could do it uh, with other size piece too. So you can just decide what you want. That is it. I will have all the supplies that I use and also all the color and so on right below. You're going to have the direct link to my blog. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up. And also right below, you get the subscribe button. Do me a favor and subscribe to that. So, or do yourself a favor and subscribe so it's easy to access my video. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. Bye-bye.